Hey Squeaky Tree family, thanks so much for coming over today. We want to pick some potatoes with you, and then we want to take you shopping with us to a few of our favorite Amish places, and there we will buy some produce that we were unable to grow this year, and then we're going to buy some transplants at those places as well for our fall garden. And after that, we will be going over our produce numbers from January 1 to August 16th. How much have we actually produced? What did we produce? And then what did we do with it? All right, guys, come on.
The other one's all the way over there.
This is Scott, my turtle. He has a yellow eye, and look, one eye's missing. Oh.
Why'd you do that?
And he was in a puddle.
We are getting ready to pick some potatoes. We produce at least 85% of our produce for the year here on the homestead. How much acreage do you think?
That we've used for food?
Just for the produce.
A quarter of an acre.
A quarter of an acre. So if you have a quarter of an acre, you can do this too.
All right, come on.
And if you don't, there's different ways of doing it. Container gardens to vertical gardens, but it doesn't take as much land as you think.
All right, let's check.
Boy, oh boy, it has really gotten grown up. That's because we haven't stopped getting rain.
Yeah, it's been raining nonstop.
And so we can't keep up with it because we can't work. I mean, unless we weed in the rain.
The whole potato thing. Whoa! Potatoes!
Grab the bucket behind you, Cody. We'll put them in there.
Is this a potato? Yeah. Rock. That's a rock.
I found one?
Yeah, mine don't do what?
Good job.
Mom, I found it for Maddie.
That's a potato.
Mom, I found it for Maddie. Yes! One. It's a giant worm!
That's not a potato, that's a worm.
That's how big that thing is. That's how big it is. I found
Let me
it.
see.
It's huge.
Ooh.
Look how big those are.
Good.
Hey, more potatoes. That's a big one. It looks like a cute potato. Look.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a potato rotted.
All right, so that was a big old fail. There's a couple problems we had. One is it just rained entirely way too much.
Yes.
So some of them were rotted and we had to toss them. We have gotten so much rain. I know a lot of you guys are going through droughts. We're going through the opposite, to where our plants are just rotting like crazy. Also, another problem is, which we already knew in this garden, we've only been here 2 years, and so the clay, we're trying our best to make the soil better, but the clay is just
brutal.
Yeah. So they could only grow so big. So the ones we did get are tiny, which is fine. That'll be about one dinner. So yeah,
it's all right though. We at least got a dinner out of it.
Yeah. Yep.
And we're learning. But there's nothing you can do when you can't control the weather. And nothing, we're still working on mending the soil. So
if that garden isn't going to be great, we need to figure out a different way of growing potatoes. So maybe we do a raised bed of potatoes to where our soil just isn't good for it. That way we can keep producing potatoes, because potatoes you can do so much with. I will, at the end of this video, link where we actually planted them, so that you can, because I go over a lot of different things that you can do with potatoes and that. Just arrived at the Amish grocery store, the first grocery store Amish grocery store of the day. We're gonna be getting a 50-pound bag of flour and
some honey.
Maybe
something else.
Maybe something else. Wow.
We'll see. We'll just walk around. Because if they got,
smells so good in here.
they have jars and stuff. Canning jars, we might get some of that too.
Okay. Pints. I was thinking about yeah, so this size for pizza sauce, since you don't use as much, you don't have to open up a big. Okay, yeah, scratch the other thing, because I forgot we don't have to put it in the pressure canner. So we'll get this.
Which is a pint.
This for pizza sauce.
So we just need to get lids for these.
Okay, so we'll get this. Regular lids. And this looks like they're all wide, right? Yeah. I got 2 of these last time.
Right.
All right, so I think that was successful. So we ended up getting some canning jars and
Yep.
flour
Yep.
and
Honey.
and
then some detergent and hand soap.
then yeah,
Just 'cause
detergent,
we-
hand soap.
Really, we go through like Dawn soap really quickly because of all the milking stuff we wash constantly.
Yes, that's
And
true.
and we also try to keep our hands clean and stuff because of dealing with all that stuff. So we just go through it really fast.
Yeah. So now we're off to our.
Well, I think we're gonna try Forest Hall Farm. Just to maybe see if we can get like a bushel of apples or something, and because we want to can our own applesauce. So
Or apple pie filling.
both. We can do a mixture of it, but we want to kind of get some fruit on the shelves. So we'll just see. We'll see what they have. See what's there. The price.
Okay, so we produce apples, blueberries, raspberries,
Peaches.
peaches, strawberries
However,
on our land. Yeah. However,
this year nothing produced. besides
well, the strawberries were overabundance. Apples, 0. We don't really know. I mean, they're newer trees, but still last year, they're like a few years old. Last year we got apples. This year we didn't get anything. And it had nothing to do with animals. They just didn't produce. So,
They didn't even bloom, yeah.
yeah. So we're thinking maybe it's like root shooting fruit. So maybe it's the shooting year. Not really sure. But that's why we need to go get apples. So, because my man's favorite pie is apple pie, and I need to make some homemade apple pie. Scratch that. We just stopped at a farm stand, and it was $2.49 for a pound of apples for one kind. They only had 2 little baby kinds. The other kind was $1.99 for a pound. That would be the most expensive applesauce and apple pie filling ever.
Look at that.
Whoa, that is super cool.
Here, let's just go and try. So 2 things of cabbage.
Yeah, 2 things of cabbage, broccoli.
Broccoli. 2 things of broccoli.
Yeah.
And then nice lettuce.
It's soft.
apples. Beautiful apples.
Oh.
All right, so as you guys know, if you've been watching, these are not our apples. We are going to go over what produce we have done off of our land. Hey guys, so hopefully you've been enjoying the video so far. This is the part in the video where we're gonna go over what we produced, how much we produced, and what we made with it and how much we made with it. If you're interested in how we planted it and what we did with it, with watching how to can it and things like that, I will put that information in the description, those video links in the description. But for this video, I'm going to be going over the pound, how much pounds of produce, what kind, and how much we planted and what we got. These numbers are just from January 1 to August 16th. So the rest of our produce for this year, I don't know yet. At the end of the year, we will do a full year review. So for green beans, we got 44 pounds of green beans. We planted 1.2 pounds of green bean seeds, which led to 21 quarts of green beans. Tomatoes, we have harvested 82 pounds of tomatoes, and that was after I prepared them for freezing. We're not done with our tomatoes. Tomatoes are still growing. That will be in our sauce canning video that will be coming after we have harvested everything. But so far 82 pounds. And so I don't know how much sauce that will be, but we'll let you know in that video. So from January to April, so we count in produce our eggs, because you don't put them in dairy and you don't put them in meat. You actually put them in the produce category, or you can. So that's what we did. Well, that's what we do. So from January to April, we were preparing gardens and planting seeds. And so just during that time, it was eggs. So from May, June, July, and just the first 2 weeks of August, we harvested lettuce, kale, strawberries, green beans, tomatoes, potatoes, which as you saw in the video, we didn't do very well with that, and herbs like basil, parsley, oregano, and raspberries and blueberries. Our apples and peaches did not produce at all. The fruit that did the best would be the strawberries. The blueberries struggled, but we still got some. The raspberries struggled, but we still got some. So we had to buy some apples today. Those apples and corn are not in these numbers. These are just numbers from what we actually produced off of our land, including the eggs. So to date, so just from January 1 to August 16th, we have gotten 467 pounds of produce, which is so exciting. And that's just for half a year. So for the second half a year, we will be growing broccoli and cabbage and kale, lettuce. Our pole beans are growing, our green beans and our squash. So there's still lots coming. Thank you so much for watching. You are such a blessing. We love talking to you guys in the comments. Thanks for all of the emails. You guys are wonderful. God bless you.